All right, so today we've got a story for you that honestly sounds like it's from another planet. We're talking about the school that told students to sleep.
So get this. Imagine hearing someone say that, but it's not some student trying to get out of class. No, that's the principal. That one single mind-blowing statement is where our story begins. You've got to be asking, right? What kind of school operates like this?
Okay, so to even begin to understand where that quote is coming from, we have to look at the crazy incident that started it all. This is the moment a totally normal school day just gets turned completely upside down.
Okay, so let's break this down step by step. A student's asleep in class. Happens all the time, right? The teacher goes to wake them up. Again, totally normal. But then, the principal walks in, sees what's happening, and gets mad. Not at the student, but at the teacher. And if that wasn't weird enough, the principal literally leaves and comes back with a pillow for the sleeping student. A pillow!
So you have to be thinking, what on earth is going on here? Is this some kind of prank? A hidden camera show? I mean, what could possibly explain a principal not just letting a kid sleep, but actually helping them do it? Well, it turns out there is a clue.
Apparently, this whole bizarre situation is driven by a single core idea, and it's an idea that pretty much challenges everything we've ever been taught about school. They call it reverse logic.
And just so we're clear, we are not talking about some laid-back, progressive school here. No. This is a place where the entire point of school, studying, is something they actively tell you not to do. It's like every rule you know is flipped, totally inverted.
Just look at the difference here. You know how a normal school works, right? It's all about grades, getting good scores, showing up every day. That's the whole game. But in this reverse logic school, they've thrown the whole rule book out. Resting isn't being lazy. It's actually seen as productive. And studying? Yeah, that's the one thing you're not supposed to do. It's wild.
So, this brings us to the big, flashing question mark in the middle of all this. Why? I mean, really, why would any school, any educator do this? Let's dig into a couple of really interesting theories.
Okay, theory number one. What if this has nothing to do with education in the way we think of it? What if it's actually a kind of protest? A big, bold statement against the insane pressure students are under these days.
I mean, think about it for a second. The pressure on students today is just immense. Non-stop homework, endless tests, a million after-school activities, and you're supposed to have a social life and, sleep? So maybe the school is just saying, enough. Maybe it's a kind of sanctuary, a place that's rejecting a system that values a grade more than a kid's actual health.
But, okay, what if it's not a protest? There's another way to look at this. Theory number two is that it's something more proactive. It's a really radical, maybe a little unconventional focus on student well-being. Like, maybe this school has just decided that mental and physical health is priority number one, period.
And if you look at it that way, the whole story changes, right? The principal isn't being irresponsible. They're actually being protective. They don't see a lazy kid. They see an exhausted kid who just needs to rest. And in their world, a brain that's actually rested is way more valuable than one that's crammed with memorized facts. Sleep isn't the enemy of learning here. It's the first step.
So whether you think it's a protest or some kind of next-level wellness program, what this one crazy story does is it forces us to step back, to zoom out, and ask some really fundamental questions about what school is even for.
Seriously, it makes you wonder, what is the real purpose of school anyway? Have we built a system that cares more about performance than it does about people? Could something as simple as rest actually be a form of learning? And maybe the biggest one, when is breaking the rules actually the right thing to do?
At the end of the day, this whole thing is way more than just a weird story about a pillow. It's like a thought experiment that's come to life. It takes something so simple and uses it to completely challenge our most basic ideas about what a classroom is supposed to be, and it kind of forces us to think about what it could be.
So I want to leave you with this question. If you could take this idea of reverse logic and apply it to your own life, at school, at your job, wherever, what's the one rule you would just totally flip on its head? What's one of those truths that everyone accepts that you think is just ready for a change? Something to think about.